Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So today, I did a room tour video a little while back, a couple weeks, month, whatever. And I didn't really go too much in depth into my PC, so that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth into my PC, show you inside of it, kind of show you my setup a little bit more in depth, and just kind of tell you a little bit of stories if I have some about my PC. Now, I want to start off with moving that out of the way. I want to start off with saying my server died. So if you watched the room tour video, you will have seen my server here. It died because the onboard video was going out, so I bought this graphics card for it to toss in there. An AMD Radeon 5450, and it didn't want to work because apparently PCI 1.0 and 1.0A are not compatible with PCI 2.1 cards because of a upped power requirement. So without a BIOS update, it didn't work. In short, so that, and then I was gonna toss some other drives in there, the SSD that was in here and the hard drive that was in here. I was gonna toss those into there, but the SATA controller or something must have died because they wouldn't even read the drives, and I had already taken apart the other hard drive. In fact, let me show you that. I had already taken apart the other hard drive that's originally in here. Here's the platter that it had in it. So I had already taken that apart, and because I wanted the platter because it looked sexy. So yeah. So anyways, so that's dead. And I'll just kind of get into that, and yeah. So here's my setup. So this is an Orion SLED 1945. I've done an unboxing of it a while ago. It's a decent monitor. It was $100. It's actually a TV. It was $100. It has alright colors. It's just eh. Then here is it's an Asus monitor. I'll have PC part picker links in the description, but I'll try and get the names as best as possible. This is V248H-P, I believe. It's an IPS panel, 24.5 inches or 23.5 inches, something like that. It's IPS. It's 5-second response time. It's fantastic. I love this monitor. I just got my rebate back, in fact, so it was a total of $115 after the rebate came back, which was $20, and yeah, I'm loving this monitor. I'm not noticing any extra input lag or anything, so that's good. And here I just have a 360 controller. This is the Tomb Raider Survivor Edition or whatever, Adventure Edition, whatever. It's a 360 controller. It's cool. It looks cool. That's why I bought it. It looks cooler than a normal one. And then I have this Wrigley Spearmint 10 that just had like some gum in it. They sell them during the holidays. I've had this one since like I think 7th, 8th grade. So like 2-3 years. This has damn small Linux on it. This has Windows 8, some drivers, and some applications on it. This is the mic to my HyperX Clouds, which I will also get to. Here is a keycap puller for Cherry MX switches. Here is a USB Bluetooth module. Here is a ADATA micro SD to USB adapter, which I think has an 8 gig ADATA card in it, or no, I think that's a team card, 8 gig team card. Here's an old MP3 player that I kind of converted into a 4 gig flash drive. I just took everything off of it except the memory chips and what was needed for it to run. Here's a 1 gigabyte Lexar SD card. If I want to focus, there we go. HTC One's camera's kind of shit, so. A T-Mobile SIM card. I think I have a couple of them in here actually. Just kind of old SIM cards that wouldn't fit in my HTC One M8. This is a Team Micro SD to Full SD adapter. It's just a 16 gig USB stick. Here's a SIM removal tool. And like a broken zipper in there, because why the hell not? And then another SIM card. Toss everything back in there. So like I said, I'm just going to pretty much go more in depth of what's on this desk, what's inside my PC, all that. So I'll do my best to kind of put like annotations in here to navigate a bit better if you don't want to watch the entire thing, but that's not a promise. And it might be a bit dark, so I'm going to have to turn this flashlight on at some points. Then I just got this. This wasn't actually in the room tour video, but this is a Cherry MX Blue Corsair K70, not RGB. I didn't really need the RGB because it already matched my color scheme pretty well. But yep, blue. If I turn the light off, you'll see that. So Cherry MX Blue. Look at that thing. It's really dirty already. I've only had it for a couple weeks, but yep, dirty. And I just lost that keycap. No, I didn't. It's right here. This does actually have a broken key on, broken switch on it, on the caps lock, as you can hear that just clunks into place, whereas the other ones will click. So that one doesn't have a click, so I don't know what's up with that. It's not a huge deal, I never use the caps lock key anyways. Then over here I got my Diablo 3 mouse and mouse pad, which are alright. The mouse pad's fine. It slips around a lot, however, which is kind of annoying, because I have to constantly adjust it. The mouse does have an issue with the scroll wheel, where every like 3 or 4 scrolls down, it'll scroll back up, which is rather annoying, but I deal with it. It's a good mouse. I'm not sure if that's with every mouse or just this particular one. But yeah, as you can see, this desk is old and I need to get a new one. It's cracked, so I have like just from here to here to be able to use, so like that. To be able to use for anything. It's really annoying, and I need to get a new one. And then here's, I think this may or may not be the one I got with the HTC One M8, but it's just a micro USB cable plugged into the back of the K70. And then we have my HyperX Cloud's little control box thingy. It's fine. It's got braided cables. It's nice. I love the HyperX Clouds. My first pair broke because the adjustment piece is very fragile, so if you buy one, be careful of that. That's really the only complaint I have. Everything is very comfortable. They sound great, although I am always afraid that I'm going to break them, so I barely ever bring them out anywhere, because just the fear of breaking them again scares me. And yes, I already made them, yeah. And then here's my cable management back here, so... Oh, got something. Here's the wireless adapter, so it's just coming through the desk here. I love this style of desk. Did my dog come in here? Is my door open? Oh, you pushed my door open, okay. I love the style of this desk. It's fantastic, you know, with the 2 separated levels. It's fantastic and has great cable management and all that. But it's just old, and I literally got it out of the trash. So, I really need a new one, and I can't find one like this, and if I do, I'm sure it'll be hella expensive. I said hella, yes, I did. So that's my current issue. I also need a new chair, because again, something I got from the garbage, quite literally. This is a cool little thing. Mom got this power strip, so I plug my computer into this first one, and then my monitors into this one, and whenever I shut my computer off, the monitors will actually shut off with it. And then they'll turn back on with it, which is really cool, and I love that. So I don't have to turn them off myself. There's a little bit of gloss up here, which is distracting. And then here's my PC, which we'll actually get inside right now because, yeah, I'm done showing this desk. Guess I can show over here. I'm not going to show myself because I look like shit right now. But here's just like a printer. Since I'm the only one with a working PC in the house, I need to kind of have that in here. It's not networked anymore since I don't have my server, so I'll just have to like plug it in whenever. I was hoping I could get it networked through the router, which is just a CenturyLink router, but that didn't seem to work. So, and then this is a vanity, my sister's old vanity that I confiscated, and then over here I just got my display boxes, which if you watched the room tour, you will notice I have a few more, obviously. Because I bought a few things. So anyways, let's get into my baby here. Alright guys, so here it is. We're going to run through the outside. So this is a Fantex Synth Pro, as you may have guessed, because I love this case. Here's what it looks like through the window, which you honestly can't really see because I'm not a huge fan of the smoked glass because it's just harder to see in there. I only have 2 ugly cables. Well, kind of 3. I'll open up and show you those, but as you can see, it looks very nice in the way of the lighting. Got a bit of dust on the front here, whatever. I live in a very dusty house, so as you can see, it looks fantastic. I'm gonna dust it off here as much as I can. There's the back of it. As you can see down here, I have tape over the screw holes, and I only have 2 screws in. That's because I am encountering a ground loop where if the screws touch the case, the power supply screws touch the case, it'll actually introduce a loud buzzing noise, which is rather annoying. And if anyone has a solution to that, that'd be great. It seems like it's gone away, actually, because I haven't noticed it lately, and I haven't had to mess with the screws at all. But it was there, so I'm not sure if it still is. So let's go ahead and take off the side panels here. I've done my best cable managing this, and honestly I think it's pretty damn good. So we'll start with the front, and then we'll show you everything else. So here is the inside. So this, please go away light, thank you. So this is a Sigmatech SD1283 Sigmatech Gaia cooler. It's alright, it's not the best. I have 2 Cougar PWM 120mm fans on there. They're good, quiet, although they do have a little bit of a high-pitched buzzing noise, but, you know, I can deal with it for good quality fans. Okay, yeah, you're not going to be able to see anything if I turn that off. Turn back on, please. Thank you. Alright, let me get this light over here for a little bit better lighting. Sorry, guys. Lighting in my house is not the best. Here we go. That looks a little bit better still. Might need to turn this on when I get other places. So this is just the stock fan that came with it. It's fine. Nothing wrong with it or anything. Again, extremely dusty. If I show you that, yeah, really can't see in there. You can't see in there, but I can, and it's really nasty in between the fan and the cooler. Like, ugh, look at that. I need to go ahead and buy a blow canister. This is a Gigabyte R9 280 right there. I've got BitPhoenix extensions on the 24-pin, 8-pin, and the 6 and 8-pin on my graphics card for the looks, because they look fantastic. And I love these extensions. They're kind of expensive, and I would honestly put the money somewhere else, but if you have the extra money, I would definitely recommend picking these up. The board is a Gigabyte F2A88X D3H. It's an FM2 Plus board. I have a A10 7850K in there, clocked at 4 GHz because I can't get it any higher anymore. I had it at 4.4 before I got this graphics card, but now it doesn't want to run that high without crashing every 20 minutes, so whatever. Not a huge deal. I love this graphics card, by the way. It runs fantastic, although this CPU is bottlenecking it quite a bit, sadly, but that's just something you have to deal with. And then, again, these are the only cables that I have showing that are not attractive looking. Those are the HD audio and the USB. And I have a motherboard speaker down there because this Robo didn't come with one. And then I have that's 2 set of this there that you can see, and then 2 over there. Now, I really like the design of these heat sinks. It's brushed aluminum with some gold accenting, which looks really nice. I love the look of this motherboard. This is a fantastic looking board with not the best cooling. As you can see, we've got some things exposed there. I'm not sure if those are MOSFETs or whatever, VRMs, but I'm not a huge fan of them being exposed, but they are. So everything is matte black, like all my PCBs. Although that one's, I guess the GPU is kind of glossy black. So here's the fans. Sorry if that's not the best angle, but it's really the best I'm going to be able to get without crouching down. I'm right now sitting, actually, up the front there. Again, really dusty, as you can see. Look at that dust. Ugh. It's, we got a lot of dust in here. I really need to dust it out. The fan filters don't work very well on this case. Let's pull this one out so you can see. Like there's a little spot dust. That's all you can see on this. This is the power supply filter, by the way. Toss that thing back in there. Alright. I'm going to remove... Yeah, this doesn't look the best, but it's as good as I could get it without, you know, someone holding the cables for me while I work on them. So I'll go ahead and remove the front panel here. There we go. Show you again, dust kind of gets built up there, on the front especially. You can see quite a lot if you look closely. It's pretty ugly, not a huge fan. But it's funny because it's a 200mm fan. It is a huge fan. But yeah, so this gets pretty dusty as well. If I go ahead and focus at all, phone, please. You were almost there. Yeah. Anyways, it gets pretty dusty. So that's kind of a thing. And oh yeah, well, like I said, dust ahoy, that's nasty, ugh. Up here, just your standard ports. I'm not going to do it through Pro Review, because again, they're all over the place. Just watch Linus's. He's fantastic. God, so nasty. I'll remove the top for you guys. This has a bit of dust in it because I did have 3 120s in here, and then I had a 140 in here at one point, which I've since removed. And have just gone with the 2 stock fans. Again, dust all over the place where it shouldn't be. My phone gets really hot while recording. I'm not a huge fan of that. That's what you get for going for an aluminum phone, I guess. Gotta show you my arm removing the thumb screws, because I can. Alright. These side panels are actually not really heavy, but fairly heavy, and it's nice. I like that. This case, by the way, is extremely heavy, and it made my computer like 50 pounds heavier, so... Just kidding, it's like 40 pounds, but I'm not actually sure how much it weighs, and I'm pretty weak myself, so I don't really know. I'm not good at estimating. So back here, here's my 8-pin going up. As you can see, this is nice. I think the cable management is pretty good, and it's as good as I'm going to get it, unless I put like 5 hours into this thing. As you can see, the SATA cables, these are like the most recent edition, and we'll get to this because I can later. But right now, so we just got these cables nice and tidied. Here is the original 20-pin connector, and this is why I got extensions. They're ugly. Actually, this isn't the original power supply I had in here. I actually got I had a different one in here before. What do you want, YouTube? I don't care. I actually had a different one in here before that had better looking cables, but these ones don't look very good at all. This is a rose gold capstone in here, by the way. So, as you can see, very ugly cables. It's the only reason I wouldn't recommend this power supply. Other than that, it's pretty fantastic. Other than that ground loop I've been encountering. Here's the back plate to that cooler. I have a 4-pin splitter thing here to plug both the Cougar fans in. As you can see, there is no PWM hub in here. I have removed that, and I'm just using the motherboard PWM fan headers right there. If I plug them into the 3-pin, they do run at full. They run at full speed, and they are really loud. So yeah, I'm also not using the SSD bracket because cable management would be a bitch if I did. Alright, so let's get to my hard drives. So here's my latest HDD. That's a WD. Is it Caviar anymore? No, it's just blue. So there's a WD blue 1 terabyte there. So that was my latest edition. I originally had just this SanDisk 64 gig in there, and this 500 gig in there. And then I ordered this MX100 and this WD Blue, and I was going to put the old drive, so the SanDisk and the Seagate, into the server over here. But again, it died, so I just decided, whatever, transferred everything, all the stuff that was on the 500 IDE that was in here. Because originally I had two IDE drives. I had a 40 gig for OS and a 500 gig for not OS. This case sucks, by the way. Don't buy it. It's a Thermaltake V3 AMD edition. It sucks. Although I did do a brushed aluminum mod looking thing on here, and it looks fantastic because it was originally glossy, so it looks a lot better. But yeah, so this is the case that my server was in. In fact, the board is still in there, as you can see. Again, dusty because that's how my house is. So yeah, I went ahead and transferred everything off that 500 onto there, which was a pain because I had to grab out an IDE converter. I had to take off the power supply cover. I had to get a power supply Molex cable. It was just a pain in the ass, and yeah, so yeah, I wish I had done that. So this is the most ghetto thing in here. I've tried to do everything as least ghetto as I could, but yeah, I do have two SSDs in one slot because I didn't want to put in another thing, but because, you know, airflow already isn't the best with this here, you know, half of it's already blocked. And then I went ahead and put these two on top because they are going to generate the most heat, so they're getting the best airflow. These aren't getting any airflow, but that's fine because they aren't going to get too hot, although the MX100 might with its aluminum casing. I have some double-sided tape holding those together, but they kind of pushed apart with the cabling there. So yeah, that's my PC. So I've got games, so just any game, any overflow games on here. Then I have movies and music on there, which was originally, this was going to go on my server and was going to hold movies and music, but now it's in here holding movies and music. The only downside to that is now I can't really stream my Roku as easy because I don't want to install stupid applications. Why is this here? Hello, broken zip tie, get out of my PC. Or stay, that's not okay, get out. Yo, dog. Hold on, guys, I know this is distracting, so, yeah. I don't actually use zip ties anymore. As you can see, I use twist ties. They are reusable, and they are much, much better. Though they don't hold things as tight, but honestly, I don't really need that. As long as they're reusable, I'm okay. Because I hate wasting things. Yeah. And then this holds, the 64 gig holds games that I frequently play. So I think right now I have on there Civ 5, Sid Meier's Civ 5, XCOM, Enemy Unknown, and the expansion Enemy Within, which was in my latest unboxing. As you can see, it's right there with my diabetes needles. And The Walking Dead Season 1, which I do plan on buying Season 2 once I get my Roswell army back for this PSU in here. And then the MX100 is OS, and then if I want some games on there, if I run out of room on the other SSD, I'll toss some games onto there. It's a 128 gig, so not the best. Okay, so planned upgrades for this baby. I plan on going to a 4690K. I actually wanted to wait till Broadwell came out to upgrade to Intel, but that's going to be a while, and this is being such a bad bottleneck in some games, mainly Watch Dogs. I can't get above 30 FPS no matter what setting I'm on. Sometimes, like, it'll go to 60, but then it'll drop really bad no matter what setting I'm on, so... So, like, I'll have it on low, and it'll be running at 60 FPS solid, and then I'll have it on high, it'll be running at 60 FPS solid in the same location, but this time, but it'll run the same pretty much no matter what setting I'm on, which is a sign of a bottleneck somewhere. And so, yeah, I need to upgrade. I also noticed it in Wolfenstein, The New Order. I noticed some frame drops where there shouldn't be, so... Oh, and then my RAM, I have Ripjaw X's in there. I don't know if you guys can see that here. If I put this through here, you'll see it better. So, Ripjaw X's in there. They're running at 2133 still. Figured why underclock them if I can, run them at a higher speed if they can. Oh, that's a really good actually view of the dust right there. The dust buildup I have. So, yeah, I need to clean that. So, yeah. Any tips on improving dust would be fantastic. But yeah, so that's my PC. So yeah, going to Intel is a planned upgrade. I also really need to get a desk. I want to actually get a 256 gig MX100 and then do something else with that. Maybe toss it into RAID 0 or something with the 60 gig SanDisk in the future, so that I have like a 200 gig scratch disk or whatever game disk. I want to get 256 gig or maybe an MX200 because improved performance, you know that stuff. The 128 gigs don't run as good as the higher gigabytes. That's why I want to upgrade, but it's not a huge deal. I just kind of needed a quick upgrade to this because I was starting to run out of space and just needed something. So yeah. I also want to upgrade. Again, these were just like a quick upgrade that I just needed. So I do want to upgrade to a 4 terabyte at some point to pretty much have all my Steam games installed. All my 267, I believe. I think it's actually 269. I didn't want to say 269 because you guys would think that's a joke, but I legitimately think I have 269 Steam games. Yeah, so overall, I'm pretty happy with my system right now as it is. Although, again, when I upgrade to Intel, I am going to get a H220 or H240X, depending on whatever's in stock and however much money I have. It's only like $10 difference, so pretty much just whatever's in stock. I'm going to be saving as much as I can of this month's paycheck, so about 205, and then next month I'll be getting, I think, 350 overall from like birthday money and all that. So that will be enough to upgrade to Intel and buy a H220 or H240X. So I'm probably gonna buy GTA 5 or Shadow of Mordor or Far Cry 4 with that, and that's pretty much it. Or unless I can, save the rest. Anyways, time for me to stop rambling and for you guys to go to sleep because it's probably late where you're at. Just kidding, it's probably early. So get to school and have a good day.